Hey guys, how's it going? It is your boy, Manga Man Drew, here to react to the most recent chapter of Dr. Stone, chapter 202, and I am very excited to get into this reaction, and we are about to do it right after this intro. Hit it! Hey guys, like I said in the intro, we are going to be doing our reaction to Dr. Stone, chapter 202, and let me just say that this is going to be a very great chapter, as always, because it's Dr. Stone, because from what we remember last chapter, we are basically going to go to Spain, to go to the Mediterranean Sea, to gather up the materials for the space, not just the spaceship, but the spaceship, most likely the space engine, but probably focusing more on the space suit. So most likely we're going to get a lot of science in this chapter, which is going to be very exciting. So before we get more into the reaction proper, I'd like to ask you, if you haven't done so, to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that notification bell to be notified for whenever I upload content like Dr. Stone reactions. And without the way, let's get right into the chapter. So we're starting off the chapter with a reintroduction of what we're going to be needing to build for the space mission to the moon. How they're going to need fluorite, a mysterious mineral that emits light when heated, and a fundamental material for the space suits in the spaceship, as we're seeing Ryusui saying, I'm full of desire, because obviously it's Ryusui. As we have Francois, who's blushing for some reason, as they're saying that, as am I, nearly to the point of madness. There's one resource that I've dreamed of obtaining in the stone world. Desire, more like obsession. Oh gosh. Oh, Francois even getting into this. Wow, what are they looking for? What is Francois wanting from the Mediterranean Sea? I wonder. It can't be diamonds. What could it be? As we have Ryusui chiming in, it's like, haha, good thing we're off to the Mediterranean, because once we get there, we can finally get our hands on olive oil. Oh, I get it now. I'm cooking with olive oil a lot. I really like olive oil. Oh, that makes so much sense. Also, just get this funny image of both Francois just blushing like, with a heart over their head, as we also get Ryusui also like in love with olive oil, which, you know what, it makes sense. Olives, they come from the Mediterranean, if I remember correctly, I think within Greece or Italy area, so it makes sense. As we have Agin chiming in, it's like, the fluorite's just a footnote! As we have Ryusui and Francois basically saying like, I can desire multiple things at once, right? As Francois was like, desire is noble after all. As we also have saying, not that I know a thing about fluorite myself. So yeah, it's just a very comedic moment, as we see that the Perseus too is like, as Ryusui once again chimes in, is that the new Perseus will take us around the world to obtain every last thing we desire. We're charting a direct course across the Atlantic to the land of passion, Spain, Barcelona. Oh, Barcelona, to be exact. Oh gosh, I can't read. As we have Kohaku who's like, haha, it's hard to imagine all the places based on their names alone. As we have Ging saying, suffice it to say, they're quite far away. As we get the actual title of the chapter, Dr. Stone, Z equals 202, Ryusui Corp. Oh yeah, I forgot Ryusui is a businessman who values capitalism. This is gonna be fun. They've arrived at Barcelona, right on the coast of the island of Spain, as we have Geen saying, haha, we are truly tame, made it here in a week. The new Perseus is fantastic, Faye. As Ryusui chimes in, is like, sorry to cut the moment short, but these olives won't harvest themselves. As we have Chelsea saying, more or less. As now we have, oh my gosh, why am I blanking on people's names? You have Kohaku, there it is. Kohaku's like, do you really have the time to go foraging? As Senku's like, why not? We have to set up base anyway. Food, clothing, and shelter take priority. Which, yeah, it does. As we have, once again, Senku's like, in fact, how about some splendid sightseeing in Spain? Just like, is there anything left to see? oh, what does it say? Does Stone World ring a bell? As we have Senku's like, all the more reason to let Ryusui go on a little rampage as the King of Desire. Okay. So yeah, we're seeing Ryusui, Chelsea, as well as Francois gathering up the olives, most likely about to make olive oil. We see Kohaku using her massive strength to grind them up into a liquid, as we have Senku's like, now we run the olive paste through a centrifuge, and there it is. The food is science, right? Coming from Gin, I believe. As we have everyone that's chiming in, as we have Kasiki's like, Centra what? Oh, you mean the spinning machine. Here I go. And already done. Oh, yeah, he just made it so instantly, as we have from Kohaku, as we also have Chrome's like, Kasiki can pull off a simple crafting job like that in his sleep. As we see the centrifuge going in, they're finally making olive oil, as he has Francois like, I've craved this for so very long. Our dining table will grow to sumptuous that you fine people will doubt you very taste buds. As we see Francois cooking with the olive oil. Ooh, and it's like, I hereby present authentic agillo made with extra vinegar olive oil, as they have now acquired olive oil. Oh my gosh, that food looks delicious. If only I could eat seafood. Oh, as we have someone saying, and over there we have Fishman's Wim Pasta. As we have someone's like, what a name, a descendant of the dish itself. As we have Gin saying, that familiar olive oil aroma really brings me back, as Ryusui's like, how this place is feeling more like Spain, or for real. For a taste of the local vibe, start at the dinner table. As we have Kohaku's like, this is all new for the Ishigami village crew. As you have Chrome obviously saying, bad, yum! As everyone who, oh, okay, so yeah, not only did they make all this food, but they also like revived people. They slit plates for them, I believe. Oh, that's really cool. So yeah, they're reviving people left and right, I think. At the very least, that's what is being perceived to. Yeah, they're reviving people left and right. Yeah, I kind of skipped places. As we have Francois saying, Se quiero puedo repetir. Seconds are available if you wish. As Chelsea's like, freaky stuff, Francois. You speak Spanish too? Oh yeah, they're in Spain. Oh gosh, no wonder I was able to say that somewhat decently. And Francois is like, I received basic instructions from those we revived in South America. I'm still lacking, but earning the trust of international guests means showing respect to the local cuisine. I mean, yeah, it makes sense, yeah. As we have Chelsea's like, so slick, Francois. You're the awesomest. As we have Francois like, much obliged. So, oh, it's so cute. As we have Chelsea once again, it's like, I've got a decent handle on Japanese now, you know? Because I desire to have, I think this is coming from Ryusui or someone. Because I desire to have a really bad time with you guys. Okay, yeah, that's coming from Chelsea. Oh, she's copying Gin, that's why. As we have, oh my gosh, why am I blanking on people's names right now? Oh gosh, it's been so long, or it's very hot. Suika, there it is. Suika chimes in with, wow, you're doing great. Okay, now she's speaking Japanese. Okay, that's cool, which makes sense because Chelsea is American, so yeah. As you have Gin saying, am I hearing hints of us there? Yes, Gin, because she's learning it from you, and you have a weird way of speaking. But now we cut over to the next page where we see, not Chelsea, where we see, oh my gosh, names are escaping me, where we see Kohaku seeing a bull, and as we hear moo, maybe that oh no, she didn't kill it. Oh, it's running with the bulls. Okay, so yeah. I'm jumping ahead. We have Kasiki who's enjoying the food as he's like, oh, this tasty food has me craving a sweet dessert. As we have Chelsea say, I hear that, as we see these bulls chasing after Chrome as well as Kohaku, where Chrome's like, bad? Why me? As Kohaku's like, haha, you're no stranger to being hunted by beasts, Explorer King Chrome. That's why you make the ideal bait. Oh wow, that's horrible. As we have the people who were from Greece saying, a wild bull. As Ryusui's like, a bull you say? What fun. After all, we're in Spain. Oh, Ryusui is going to do like the matador thing, because I see that he grabs like a scarf or a cape that Francois throws at him, and yeah, he's doing like a bull thing. He distracted the bull long enough for the bull to hit a tree, and he either killed it or it's unconscious. But that was very cool to see. He reinvented the bullfight. Yay! But now we have someone saying, "You're a bullfighter too, dear Ryusui?" As Ryusui's like, haha, not by trade. My guts and my gamer training help me out. What gaming allows you to be a freaking bullfighter? And why can't I play it? As someone chimes in, most likely getting guts? That beast nearly spilled yours. I mean, yeah, as we see, now we have, oh my gosh, why'd I keep blanking on her name? She's my favorite character. Suika, yeah. So we see Suika milking a cow, so most likely, as Chosa wanted, they're making a dessert where Francois is like, with both milk and olive oil, I can create a sweet Spain is known for. Ooh, what is this? Oh, churros! Oh! As we get instructions for how to make churros. Huh! I didn't know that's how you make churros, but luckily enough, both Kohaku as well as Suika love churros, as well as some of the Spaniards here are like, and as we have Senku basically chiming in, is like, and the secret ingredient, potato starch, keeps them stringy and doughy even when they're cooled down. Ooh, as you have Ryusui that is handing him gold as payment, or some type of payment where it's like your payment, as they're like, coins? Oh! As we have basically Ryusui saying, yes, thanks to obtaining super alloys. Oh, so they created currency. Oh, that's freaking amazing. And I love this, where you have Kaseki as a 500 Dragos, which is obviously what Ryusui created the new currency as. And then you also have Chrome with 1,000 Dragos. You have Suika with 5,000 Dragos, and then you have Senku at 10,000 Dragos. I think it's probably the equivalent of like yen, most likely, but we just don't know. But yeah, now they've acquired hard currency, which is great, as we have these people who are from Spain saying, you sure are some upstanding youngsters. In this new world, you used incredible science to get a head start, but you don't presume to rule over us. Instead, you're attempting to bring back our country in earnest. Oh, whoa. And they just automatically like bow down to them, just understanding the appreciation of what they're doing. As we have now, they're all celebrating. We see one of the people that was revived dancing with Kohaku as Chosa tries to dance and she fails. As we have Ryusui chiming in, it's like, haha, skip the thank yous and raise your heads, because we're not even doing it for you. It's just a greedy guy who desires everything. As everyone's thinking, as suspected. I mean, yeah, they did do it for you, but they did do it for themselves. But it's complicated. Just roll with it. As we have Gin chiming in and like, on our quest to revive the world, we're hoping from one country to the next, so there's hardly time to stick around and rule over the masses. Those who work are professionals in my book, and pros desire fair compensation. That's how Ryusui Corp goes about business. And it doesn't hurt that we control the new world's leading currency. Yeah, as we have Kaku's chiming in, like, I'm seeing more schemes ahead. Which, I mean, yeah, it makes sense, but everyone's like chiming in like, fair enough, we're ready to work. Haha, that's music to my ears coming from Ryusui. Just so happens we've got resources that need to gather. I desire fluorite, so it was the long con. The antistic Fae, King of Desires, always gets what he wants. As we end the chapter, oh, that's so great. Oh, I love the chapter. I like chapters like this of Dr. Stone, where it's like, we're focusing on the science, but it's not like, sometimes it's complex, sometimes it's not, but it's just always interesting to see how they're using science to get people on their side, which is just amazing. And the fact that the people recognize this is also amazing. So now I guess I'm going more into review mode. So overall, I really enjoyed this chapter. We got a few more inventions in this chapter, which is something that Dr. Stone has been missing for a while. We got the olive oil, we got that's acquired. They arrived at Barcelona in Spain, where they were looking for the olive oil, but in actuality them gaining the olive oil not only was benefit to them, but also beneficial for the bigger goal of getting fluoride by getting the people on their side. So it's very interesting to see how Ryusui may have actually kind of planned this all from the start, getting people on the side with the help of Francois, with like everything associated with Spain, so that they're able to acquire what they're actually looking for, which is the fluoride. So that was very interesting to see how that may have been Ryusui's plan, as well as just getting the small comedic scenes with all the characters. It's always going to be fun to see, especially since now the crew has shrunk to like a smaller amount, where basically everyone that's here is everyone that was on the Percy. So it's very cool to see the dynamics between all of these characters and how they're able to play off each other in fun, creative ways. So yeah, like I said, we acquired olive oil, we acquired churros, and we also acquired hard currency that is controlled by Ryusui, because obviously it makes sense. If you control the currency, you control the people and how they spend your currency, because guess what? It's the only currency that exists. So it still shows and still emphasizes that Ryusui is still someone who's greedy and does desire things, but he sort of does have like a code of ethic, where if someone is willing to work for him, that Ryusui is willing to pay them what they owe, pay them what they're worked for however much they work, they should get the right amount of compensation, and that it should be fair, which is very interesting, because even though he's greedy and he does have ulterior motives, he's still like fair, and he still like is like responsible in a way, and he shows that he was willing to pay people if they're willing to work, and pay them like the pay that the work deserves. So it's very interesting to see that Ryusui isn't just like the stereotypical like type of greedy like capitalist. He actually does care about the people working under him, which it's just very cool. It shows that, yeah, he's not necessarily a bad person, but he's also not necessarily a good person. He's like Senku. He is a shade of gray, and it's interesting to see a chapter that's specifically focused on Ryusui, because we haven't had a chapter like that in a while. The last chapter that I can think of where it was kind of focused on Ryusui is when they're on the boat and they're deciding which way to go to get to America. I think that was probably like the most Ryusui center chapter that we've had for a while. So it's great to see that we're more characterizing Ryusui more, and showing that even though he is greedy, his greedy desires do have some altruistic, some beneficial benefits to it, to the people, and it shows that he's someone that actually cares about people. If they're willing to work for him, that he's willing to treat them fairly. So it's cool to see that. So overall, I really did enjoy this chapter of Dr. Stone. As always, I enjoyed the science. Now, if I really want to make churros, if I wasn't on a diet, I know exactly how to do it, sort of, kind of. And the fact that we're focusing on olive oil, which is probably like my favorite kind of cooking dish, just automatically makes this a great chapter in my opinion. This chapter was very funny. It was very interesting. We got development for Ryusui, as well as we're advancing more into the plot, getting the resources that they need to make the spaceship and the spacesuit, which would be fluoride, which they can find in Spain. And now they have people who are willing to work for them, not because they fear them, but because they appreciate everything that they did for them, which shows that even though they did this for greedy means, that they still was able to get benefit from it, and the people were able to see it that were revived. So like I said, really enjoyed this chapter. Hopefully you enjoyed this chapter as well. Hopefully you enjoyed my reactions to the chapter, and if you did, why don't you leave a like on this video, as well as leave a comment down below on what you think of this chapter. Did you like this chapter of Dr. Stone? Did you dislike it? What did you like about Dr. Stone? And let me see, what was the funniest part in this chapter to you? Because for me, I think it was just any time that Francois was just giddy all over olive oil, because I can understand that. So yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit that notification bell to be notified whenever I upload more reactions for Dr. Stone and other Shonen Jump properties. And without the way, hopefully I'll be able to catch y'all in my next video. Goodbye!